Hey, I'm Joe Jorgensen,
Hey, I'm Andrew Durbin.
and this is our 2016 Fall Service Learning Project. We're here at the Auburn University Arboretum, where we had the duty of ripping up the existing asphalt sidewalks and replacing it with pervious concrete.
Similar to the sidewalk behind you, is how it started. And here is our pervious concrete ending sidewalk. We had 90 feet all the way to the end of the sidewalk, to the edge of the bridge. We had to dig out and lower the grade of the existing condition to make room for the 6 inches of concrete that we had to put in place along with the gravel base.
Our first step was obviously demoing the current asphalt, which unfortunately with the restrictions of all the trees in the area, we had to do most of that by hand. It took us about 2 or 3 days of accomplishing that for about a total of 8 total hours of demo.
We had to take into account the side tree, all your existing plants and existing vegetation, because as with the Arboretum, they're very involved in environmental and plant technologies. We continued down through here. We ran 2 pass-throughs of PVC through it. One is right here, and one is about 20 feet further down, so they can continue with irrigation or future needs as needed. We had to deal with here. We had to put silt fences down the side to take into account dirt, erosion control, and then also for us just to protect elevation. As with being an arboretum, we have safety concerns because there is obviously foot traffic all through here and all through the university. You know, every day students come through here walking to class.
Some of the strengths of our pour, we started off pretty well. Our aggregate was still pretty wet. We actually had to have 2 Georgia buggies come down about probably 300 yards actually from the truck. We drive them down. We started off really well where the base aggregate was still pretty wet and allowed us to move, and the concrete settled pretty nicely. But as we progressed more and more down the line, where we finished back over here, the base aggregate started to dry up a little more, and that gave us a little more issues and not the greatest looking finishing.
Okay. So like to compare, let's walk up here. This area right here is good. This is what it's supposed to be like. This is what your concrete is supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be used. And if we walk backwards, you can see as we come along, it start to dry out. And that would be one of our weaknesses that we need to, if we had to do it differently, what we would do, we had a issue that we could only get 1 truck at one time. That's all we could do. So we couldn't have 2 to 3 trucks as you normally would. So we had an issue with concrete drying out in our truck. So to continue, like if we had to go forward and do it again, we would get 2 trucks obviously, make sure our mixture is wet enough, because as you can see as we come along, it consistently dried out, and we weren't allowed to add any more water to it because it would reduce the strength of it.
Overall, the project was a very good learning opportunity for most of the guys in our group. Not many guys had participated in the concrete pour before, so obviously there was a big learning curve. But I think Andrew and I are pretty happy with the results of our concrete, and I think the Arboretum is as well.
Yep, I mean in the future it would be, I think more of this should be involved in the building science service learning portion, because this isn't a very common practice. I mean, you don't see pervious concrete very often, and it was a great learning experience because before none of us had any idea what it was about.